has the strongest electrical impulse in the body. It's sending messages to every organ, to every system in the body. And everything comes into balance when that heart rate variability is in balance. So with that, what I would like to do is to have you try something, okay? I'd like you all to focus on just the center of your chest where your heart resides, if you would please. And I would like you to pretend that you were breathing in through your heart and out through your heart. How does it feel? How does it feel? How do you feel?
Relaxed.
I'm sorry?
Relaxed.
Relaxed, okay. Anyone else have a different word to describe how you feel? Relaxed is a good one. Anything else? People have various adjectives that they throw back at me when we do this little exercise.
Secure and warm.
Okay, secure and warm. Anybody else? Relaxed and secure and warm are wonderful, okay? I have heard calm, I've heard peaceful, okay? All right, now, what we're going to do is to go just one step further, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. All you did was to take all your attention away from anything that was going on in your head, and you just put it in the center of your chest, and you're breathing, right? That's all you did. Now, you can use that exercise, that little tool, which is the basic tool to all of the 10 heart math tools that we can teach you. That's the basic one. It begins there, being able to make that shift of attention to the center of your chest where your heart is, and just the breathing in and the breathing out. I'm going to give you one other tool to work with, and you're just going to add one step to what you did. Okay? You'll go back to the center of your chest, just shifting your attention and your focus, and just focus on the breathing in and out. But now, when you do it, think of something that you can deeply appreciate or love. Just like what St. Paul was talking about in that passage from Philippians, right? All the things that you can focus on, that you can love or appreciate. All the things that are good in your life. Pick just one of them. And what I'd like you to do is to focus on breathing in that feeling. You want to feel the feeling. A lot of the training I do one-on-one is just getting the person to be able to feel the feeling. We can always remember what feeling mad is like, or what feeling sad is like, or being upset. Sometimes it's harder for us to be able to replicate the feeling of loving or appreciating something at a very deep level. So I would like you now just to go back to the center of your chest, just shift your attention there again, and the breathing in and the breathing out. But this time when you breathe in a feeling of deep appreciation for someone. It's okay if you visualize, but feel the feeling, okay? When you're ready, and I've got to ask you, what were you focusing on? You had a smile on your face, and you brought a smile to my face.
My kids.
Your kids. I thought probably that was the case. Okay, they bring a smile to your face.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay. You can use that at any time. You know, you could be waiting at a traffic light, and you're about 10 minutes late to your destination. And now the traffic light is holding you up even longer. Or even better, an Elkhart, a train. It will go on for another 10 minutes for you, right? You can do an exercise like that, and it keeps you in balance. Because, you know, one of the things that Dr. Lindholm talked about was that your body can't differentiate, and whether it's a tiger ready to eat you up, or, you know, whether it's just that you're going to be late someplace 10 minutes, right? Your body does all the things that the body does to go into either fight or flight, and, you know, when it thinks that there is a danger, okay, a threat. And so the damages that stress does to your body happens no matter, you know, what the threat is, even if it's just in your head that you're going to be late and maybe somebody will be really upset about that. Okay, so what did it feel like when you did that? What did it feel like when you were thinking about your kids, focused on your kids, the feeling of loving your kids?
I felt full. Like, you know, very full of happiness and joy, peace. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
Very full.
Great. Yeah. And so your body then, I can guarantee you everything went into balance.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you could feel it probably. Because how did that feel? You tell me. You felt full. Any other word you want to use to describe that?
Just happy. I think I was borderline very happy, smiling, I could feel. But I was almost crying because I was very happy and thinking about the love and joy that I felt.
They've done studies at the Institute of Heartmath with forgiveness, and people who can feel a very high level of forgiveness, their immune system would be just in top order. But if they were experiencing anger, they were actually asked to feel anger, to see what would happen. And the immunoglobulin that is in our saliva, okay, would go down. That's our first resistance against microbes that want to come in and cause havoc for us. And that would go down, and it would stay down for 6 hours after, you know, just being angry for 2 or 3 minutes, remembering the anger, okay? So when you do the opposite, when you're doing the forgiveness, when you're doing the love, the care, it brings everything into balance, okay? Anybody else want to share what you felt when you did your little, what we call quick coherence? What I tell people, because originally in my former life, I was an English teacher, and I worked in metaphor all the time, and I would tell people, or similarly, I would tell them that it was like when I knew I was in, when I had truly made the shift from the left-hand side of the emotional landscape to the right-hand side, I would feel refreshed. It would be like walking out on a spring day, like today when the sun came out, and the breeze felt good, because it was a warm spring day. It was still cool. It was kind of a cool warmness. It wasn't hot, and uncomfortable. So with that, I want to call your attention to a couple of things here. If I gave you packets of information, one is about my business, which is Expanding Horizons, and I listed some testimonials there, 3 from former clients, and then some from the Institute of Heartmath, because it gives you more of an idea of what people have experienced using the Heartmath tools. And then on the other packet, these are 2 very recent ones that were just done because I just have finished working with this organization. And I asked a couple people who had really had very strong experiences if they would write, you know, what it meant to them. And so it gives you an idea. Everything is scientifically validated. It really does help bring the physiology into balance. But it's also extremely important in terms of being able to function in the workplace and in the classroom, and that's why HeartMath tools are being used in quite a number of schools throughout the United States and in other areas of the world. It's why a lot of Fortune 500 companies will, you know, pay the big bucks to have a training team come in from the Institute of HeartMath and work with their employees, because the productivity becomes greater. And also what they have found out, there was one church in the United States who had actually had the HeartMath training for all of their employees, and what they found was that their insurance costs went down because people weren't using, you know, the doctors as much. They didn't need to. They were staying in pretty good balance. So there's just a lot to this that, you know, is really, really good. And I use the tools myself. I have for 12 years. And I began using the tools just after my marriage had dissolved. And the man I was married to actually introduced me to HeartMath, and then he told me he had to go on a separate journey. And I used the HeartMath tools throughout that period of time. And what I found was that I remained in balance. I was able to continue to love this person very much. I've actually written a book of poetry that's about him and about the experience and what I learned you know, and one of the things that I learned was that my heart could still be open to love, and that I could be open to loving whoever came into my life. And there isn't any bitterness, there isn't any anger, there never was. And so a lot of the things that could happen to a person going through an experience like that never happened to me. And I was able to keep a balanced, happy life. So with that, what I would like to do is to have you join me back at the computer if you would like to. And you're going to get to play with the technology, okay?
Thank you.
If you would like to.